today I brought you guys a monstrosity. Listen up, Rangers, welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve, and today we're going to be doing some repainting of the YMS-F figures I bought a while back. We're going to make them look like how they did in the movies. So first we're going to start with the Son of Godzilla figure, I should say, and then we'll move on to the 62 and 64. What these videos are just going to be is just showing you guys just me painting them. For the most part, it's all going to be acrylic paints, nothing too complicated. Usually for the base coats, I actually use these apple barrel paints. I know they're cheap and expensive, but personally I really like these because they dry really fast, and the grays and darker colors tend to do really good coverage, and I don't have to worry about tacking up on here. So they work good as a primer. Could also use this too if I wanted, but this takes a little bit longer to set. Granted, it'll set better, but it takes a little bit longer. But for the inside grooves, it's not a big deal. Same with the grays. I'm probably just going to be using this too. But for the more detailing, I'll be transferring over to the Liquitex, which would be like the claws, teeth, and eyes primarily. Same with the baby here. So I'm just going to start painting, and I'll talk to you guys once we get to the final product. finished 1968. I almost forgot. No, 67. I'm thinking the wrong year. 68 was Destroy All Monsters. This was right before that.
Steve, why am I here?
I don't know, you're here. We were doing some recording, and I still had to actually film these guys, so Arnez can put his opinions on how the paint job came out. We'll have a second opinion. So if you guys ever wanted to give me a commission...
opinion, Steve?
Sure.
Do you really want to know?
Heck yeah.
Where is my flamethrower torch so we can take care of that? The Godzilla ain't that bad. I like the Godzilla.
You don't like the Minya?
God, kill it.
I think that's like I don't want to say my selling point for how good this turned out, but it's because you still want to murder it like you do in the movie. The eyes
Arnaz approved. It's good.
Yeah, the eyes look really nice. He's got a nice gloss over top of it. Added some. The trick I do with them is I take a really tiny brush. I put some super glue on it and go as fast as I can, trying to get over top of the eyes, and then I use accelerant to seal it.
Oh, is that why they're so shiny?
Yeah, and it'll make a nice shine. Kind of like it's my cheat instead of using like a resin.
Well, it's good. Actually, good way to do it.
Yeah, it's also quick. I don't have to wait for it to, like, trying to use, like, a glossy seal or something, you have to wait for it to dry. While the super glue, I just move on with my life. And overall, the paint job on the body turned out really nice, too. This was a lot of mixing yellows, browns, and grays together to kind of replicate the look like he was... before he was getting murdered by...
It's disgusting that he actually looks pretty accurate.
That was the game plan. There's a lot of dry brushing, so you can still see the grays underneath to give him a little bit more texturing. But overall, super pleased with it. And you can still see the copyright information on the bottom of his leg, and then you can still pose him.
He's derpy as crap.
Right? Plus, he was always a little bit more of a different color than Godzilla in the movie anyways. And then for the actual Son of Godzilla suit, for the most part, between the other two Godzillas that I got to paint, he was definitely the more bland. With the way the skin tone was.
But this is like straight out of the movie though, right?
That was what I was trying to go for. He's a little bit more gray. Because in the movie he has a little bit more of a brown, but to me this just looks more Godzilla-y, but his eyebrows are a little bit brighter.
Brown just comes from the dust and them not cleaning the suit between the shots.
Well, that and it's just like the film quality makes it look a little bit more. But I did tint the spines a little bit, so it's got a little bit more of a yellow than... the grays. That was a lot of just like it was like yellow sand color with light grays, and then dry brushed it over top to get that look there, and then did the same thing over top of the spines, but just very lightly along the tail, just so they stand out a little bit, but nothing too crazy. His nails done in the same coloring, but just a little bit more harsh.
What the hell, Steve? It's all supposed to be one color, and let it go, man. Come on.
No, his nails. I made sure to look because the 62. Especially later on in the movie, his nail, like he lost all coloring on his nails. Well, this one actually still had the nail coloring, so I did that for that. Did it for the feet there too. Same with the mouth. He's got his teeth are painted.
My God, then, you have a patience of a saint.
Then the inside of the mouth, his tongue's done in the reds. And the same trick for the eyes. And then the eyes are also done the same coloring as the spine, so they're not quite white. They got a little bit more of a yellow to them.
2 seconds into this paint job, Steve, and I would have made him like the Shin from the Playmates. Just pull a brush across all the teeth and call it a day. Make it one solid thing. Done.
Good to go. I think, looking at this one, okay, it wasn't this one. There's one after like doing all the work, getting him sealed, I think one tooth could have been a little bit better. Oh, and if I was selling it, I would have fixed it. But since it's for me, it's not that big of a deal. And then you can still pose them. The paint won't rub off. The legs don't move much. Anyways. They didn't originally. But really pleased with the end results. And to be honest, I wasn't 100% when I was buying these, because looking at YMS-F figures, I think like the sculpt looks good. The paint job, it looks typical Bandai vinyl. It's not like this. I was trying to make them kind of like a middle ground between an X Plus and a Bandai. Because I wanted them to definitely be a lot more detailed and more movie accurate instead of just being like airbrushed.
They're definitely movie accurate for sure, especially Minya. It's kind of gross.
I appreciate it.
No, you put all that effort into him. He deserves no attention.
Also got a Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. Guys, look, you what the day would you know donate. Would greatly appreciate it. And also have an Etsy shop if you guys are looking for some beam accessories for your Monster Arts figures And we have the Mega Y Tank, cough cough, from 1985's film. Down in the description below. And see you guys in the next video. Oh, also help us reach the sky just by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. Gotta do that in order. Bye-bye. Oops. He deserved it.
Yeah.